What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. How are you all doing? Just a quick one from me. I wanted to take you through a little tutorial on press-ups and just a few tips and tricks on how to make sure you're getting them in properly and how to get the best out of each rep, so we're maximising our workouts when we're doing press-ups. Okay, so stay tuned, hope you enjoy, and give it a like if you did, and hopefully you can put these tips into practice. So my first tip for you is a hand placement, because what I see a lot of people doing is putting their hands in the wrong position. Everyone places them, or most people, sorry, places them too wide. And what that does, if you're placing your hands too wide, when you go down, it's putting a lot of stress on your shoulders. And not only that, it's also putting stress on your wrists, because if you're going down like that and your elbows are going out, it means your wrist is bending out like that, and our wrists are only meant to go that way, plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, so they all bend in your wrist in a way which is not meant to bend, which puts uncomfortable pressure on the joints and can cause injury. So when we are doing press-ups and we're placing our hands, what you should be doing, you want about shoulder width, and you want to make sure your elbows are going behind you rather than outwards. So rather than going like this, putting stress on your shoulder and wrist joints, when you do a press-up, get about shoulder width, maybe slightly wider if you need to, elbows back like this rather than out, so elbows behind you and up. So down there, elbows back, and you see my wrist is moving in the way it's meant to, no pressure on my shoulders. So make sure our hands are not too wide, not too narrow. You want to be about shoulder width to take the pressure off your wrists and your shoulders. Okay, my next tip is making sure we're getting our chest to the floor and going as low as we can, because what I see a lot of people do when they're doing press-ups, they go like this and they're not really working any muscles. They're not really putting their triceps or chest under any pressure, so you're not going to see the results, and you're going to be working the muscles as hard as you can. So when you are doing press-ups, make sure we're in a nice strong position and we're going all the way down and all the way up. Even if you have to go down slower and stop, make sure we're getting that nice stretch of the triceps and of the chest and all the way up. Even if you have to put something underneath, you don't have to get chest on the floor to start. You could get a block or just a shoe or anything to make sure we're getting nice and low. Make sure your chest touches the object. You can get a fist. Make sure we're going all the way down. You want to get your arms, your elbows at least 90 degrees, okay? No less, because otherwise we end up going like that. We're not putting the muscles under any stress, and we're not going to make any improvements that we're after, okay? Now tip number 3 then, this is for the people who are doing them on their knees. What I see all too often is people are staying on all fours, and they're going like this, and they're not really, again, putting any muscles under stress, and you're not working your core as much as well. When we do them on our knees, get in your original press-up position and just drop your knees down like that, so our hips and our knees and our back are all nicely in line straight there, rather than like this. We're nice far back, so you can literally, if you're going to go, it's almost like lifting your knees up and down like that. From there, normal press-up, chest to the floor, up like this. So you're making sure to keep your core tight, and we're not taking any stress away, and we'll keep putting our body under much pressure as we can to make sure we're working the muscles as hard as we possibly can, okay? Now my last tip then, and again this applies for people doing them on their knees or the full press-ups, is when we do them, don't drop your hips, and make sure we're keeping our core engaged the whole time, because what I see all too often again is people doing press-ups and they drop their hips down like this and they're thrust in the floor. What you should be doing, you should be perfectly straight. So see how my back, my bum, my shoulders, they're all nicely in line. We're going down together and up together. We're not dropping and doing the worm. We're perfectly nice and straight, keeping the core tight and making sure we're nice and flat, making as many muscles work as we possibly can to ensure we're getting the best out of each rep. Just a short one from me, just a few tips on how you can improve your push-ups to make sure we're getting the maximum benefit from each rep. And what I'm going to do then, I'm going to film a little push-up workout that you can try at home, because push-ups are one of the most important exercises you can do for strength, for functional movement, and just general getting fit. Push-ups for me up there with some of the best exercises you can do. So if you're not doing them, make sure we're doing them. Don't skip press-ups just to do your bench press, because push-ups, I guarantee you'll get far more out of it in terms of functionality and just overall fitness and strength. So yeah, if you enjoyed that, try get these tips into your workout. Give the video a like, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to go through, any exercises you might be stuck on, or some tips on maybe getting pain, or tips on just how to make sure you're doing them properly. If you've got any, let me know, give me a message, comment, whatever, share the video, and I will see you next time. Good job, everybody.